Hello dear friends and welcome to my channel. My name is Paulina and here on my channel I talk about fragrances. In today's video I'm going to be talking about fragrances that are dedicated to Rose, the queen of the flowers. And we're going to see whether we agree with Shakespeare saying a rose by any other name would smell as sweet. So are we going to agree with this or not? We're going to check out during this video. If you're interested, please stay with me. I'm going to talk about 3 different categories of rose fragrances. And by the way, I would like to thank a subscriber of mine asking me a question about a rose fragrance, which gave me the idea of creating the video dedicated to roses, because I checked what rose fragrances do I have in my collection, and I discovered that I have quite a lot of them. So I'm going to share with you my opinion about different rose fragrance directions. So there are going to be 3 categories in this video, and if you're interested, please stay with me. I'm going to start with 3 fragrances that in my opinion are the most natural rose fragrances. And I'm going to start with a fragrance by Acqua di Parma, and it's called Acqua Nobile Rosa. This fragrance was created in 2015 by Francesco Ruggian, and I think this line of Acqua di Parma, Acqua Nobile, is quite rare to find. This is an eau de toilette version. So the notes listed here are in the top mandarin, bergamot and cassis, in the middle rose, damask rose, freesia and black pepper, and in the base musk and ambergris. As I said, very natural rose scent, as though you would use the rose water for your face. You know what I mean? There are like face tonics with the rose smell. This is very familiar scent to me. So for me this is a day wear fragrance. Maybe a little bit simplistic. It's not iconic fragrance, it's not legendary. There is nothing which would make someone to turn their head. It's just a very office appropriate, office friendly fragrance. It won't suffocate anybody. It is quite refreshing because of the slight citrusy note, but as I said, the rose scent is very natural and predominant here. Because it's eau de toilette, the longevity is average but quite nice for the eau de toilette version. Also quite natural rose scent is Damascena by American niche brand Keiko Mecheri. This was created in 2003 and I think it was already discontinued. So it's slightly different to the first one. In the top, cassis and red berries. In the middle, rose and May rose. And in the base, musk. So this fragrance compared to the first one is sweeter. Also, for my taste, goes in a little bit simplistic direction. It doesn't have a particular interesting twist. Although it has some sour undertone going on, but also, as I said, very natural rose scent. I wasn't quite happy with the longevity of this one. You know how expensive these fragrances are, so because of the high price and quite simplistic smell of this fragrance, I was a little bit disappointed, so I wouldn't recommend buying this one blindly. So try first, if you want a natural rose scent, try it first, and if you have the possibility, make sure that you're happy with the longevity, you're happy with this natural, maybe a little bit simple fragrance. And the last fragrance from the most natural rose scents is Floris White Rose. This was created in 1800. Probably it was reformulated many times. White Rose, the favorite fragrance of Queen Elizabeth. So what are the notes listed here? green notes, aldehydes and carnation in the top. In the middle, rose, violet, iris and jasmine. And in the base, powdery notes, musk and amber. And this is truly a fragrance dedicated to white rose. I have the picture in my head of an elegant English lady with a sun umbrella walking in the garden with blooming flowers and white roses. It is so elegant, it is so feminine. It goes in a powdery direction in the dry down, but for me it is a very natural rose scent. The longevity is nice for the eau de toilette version. I wouldn't say that this one is a simplistic natural rose scent. It has this particular twist of the powderiness and creaminess of iris, but the rose scent is predominant here. So if you're looking for a little bit old school, retro, natural rose scent, elegant, conservative, that would be the choice number one. So these three fragrances were the natural rose scents in my opinion. Let's move to the other category. I would call them refreshing, fruity, floral rose scents. And I'm going to start with Rose de Mai by Perris Monte Carlo, a niche brand from Monte Carlo. This was created in 2019 by Jean-Claude Elena. So the top note is Mai Rose, the middle is Geranium and Immortelle, and in the base musk. It is so tender, but it goes in a green direction. It is as though you would smell wild bushes of wild roses. It has this particular green herbal twist in it. A little bit undertone of hay touch going on here. It is quite natural, like as though you would stand in the nature surrounded by bushes of wild roses and different herbal smells. It is quite feminine, but now when I smell it, I think it also could be worn by brave men. It could be quite unisex. That would interest me a lot, whether men prefer this fragrance. So Wild Beauty, I would call it Wild Beauty, with a predominant wild rose scent surrounded by the green hay notes. Another fragrance that goes in a similar direction is called Milieu Rosa by the American niche house Odin. This one was created in 2014 by Jean-Claude Delville. So the notes are different here, and there are so many notes. Listen here. In the top, Moroccan rose, cassis, mimosa and raspberry. In the middle, May rose, geranium, jasmine, and in the base, rose, amber, vetiver and woody notes. Compared to Rose de Mai, this has more of the depth. It is deeper, it is more elegant, and this one is more refreshing. It is as though you would smell some cooling, some moist rose in the morning with the drops of water still on the flower. And I wouldn't say that this one is a wild beauty. This one is cultivated rose, somewhere in the garden. But it has also this sour herbal aspect to this. But this one is more tender, it is softer. maybe a little bit more conservative compared to Rose de May. Very elegant. I was quite happy with the longevity of this one, and because of this cooling effect of this cold rose, it's a cold rose scent, I prefer wearing this in the hot days. Another fragrance that goes in a similar direction, predominant rose surrounded by other flowers with a sour touch, is Izia by Sisley. It was created in 2017. Oh, how fresh, how young and delightful. So the top notes are bergamot, aldehydes and pink pepper. In the middle, rose, flowers, peony, lily of the valley, jasmine, and in the base, musk, cedar and amber. This is so playful and bright and delightful. Rose plays a predominant role here, but I also detect peony, this elegance of peony and creaminess of lily of the valley, and some sour touch of citrus fruits. It has such a beautiful twist. It is so sophisticated, elegant and feminine and bright. This one has also a cooling effect to this, so I love it. It is so beautiful. It is, and longevity is also very nice, so you're going to detect this fragrance around you. And the last fragrance from this category is my new purchase, Lacoste L12 Rose for Her. It was released from the last year. The top notes are green mandarin and mint. The base, rose and frangipani, and in middle notes, rose, frangipani, and in the base, musk and abretta. Because of this beautiful twist of mint, it goes in such a light and refreshing direction. Rose plays predominant role here, but it's such a young and playful rose with a nice twist of green notes and mint. It is so refreshing, it is so cooling. Of course, it is a musky scent, so musk is also predominant here, this typical musky creaminess. Umbrella also gives this creaminess. I never had any Lacoste fragrance in my collection, so this is the first, and I'm quite happy having this. So I'm going to use this in the hot days to be fresh, to feel purified, and this is a smell like you would go out of the bathroom clean and purified. So fresh, so refreshing. If you ask me what is my favorite scent from this direction, sour, fruity floral rose scent, I would probably pick Izia as my top choice. But this one is also a special fragrance. Maybe I overshopped with this category of the rose fragrances. Maybe you just need one. So it's up to you. It's just my curiosity that made me buy different fragrances. So, and the last three fragrances that I'm going to talk about are quite different. The rose plays predominant role here, but they have more depth, and they are more they have more of the sensuality. So this one is Miss Dior, flanker of the original Miss Dior Rose, and Rose is 2020's release by in-house maître parfumeur of Dior, François Demachy. In the top notes, geranium, bergamot, mandarin. In the base, grass rose from a French city, Grasse, and the musk rose, and in the base, musk. I talked about this fragrance in the video about the fragrances for perfect date. Longevity is amazing, elegance, femininity, sensuality, deeper compared to the previous ones, has more of a depth, more of a elegance and sophistication. So I love wearing it for going out because of this. It gives me this feminine touch. Of course it has the DNA of the Miss Dior, but it has this predominant rose twist. I love this fragrance. Another warm, sensual, deep fragrance is Rose Rouge by Van Cleef and Arpels. This one was released in 2018. Oh, this is so special. The top notes is cassis, pink pepper, bergamot. The middle notes are rose, raspberry, and vetiver, and the base vanilla, cacao, patchouli, benzoin, vetiver, and musk. So it has this special chocolatey herbal twist to this. The rose is also predominant here, but this is warming rose because of the chocolate. Chocolate is not sweet here. It gives to this fragrance its depth and elegance, and this vetiver twist, this herbal twist, makes it irresistible. I like, and this is also a predominant patchouli scent. I like wearing patchouli scents in the office, so for me it's a perfect follower scent to wear in the office appropriate, office friendly, warm for the colder days. Now in the warm climate I feel more of the chocolate. Maybe when it's getting colder, the chocolatey touch goes a little bit away. Maybe I have to try wearing this during the warmer days as well. I love it. It is so sensual and warming and spicy. And the last fragrance from this selection, I already talked about this one in my video about the fragrances for the perfect date. This one is Nina Ricci Rose Extase, created in 2017 by Francisco Jan. Oh, it's so sexy. The top notes are red berries, the middle rose and raspberry, and in the base vanilla and musk. Sexy, sensual, irresistible. You can compare it with the more expensive Delina, but this one is more affordable. Longevity is perfect, that's why I prefer wearing this for the date, so I don't have to think about the smell and sillage around me, about the longevity. Sensual, sexy, feminine, elegant, long-lasting. It is rose together with raspberry. It is like rose jam, but it's not overwhelmingly sweet. It goes in a sweet direction, but it's not over the top. It's just the right amount of everything, perfect balance. Rose Extase Sensuelle, so sensual water, and that's truly essential fragrance. So these were 10 rose dedicated fragrances. Please share with me your opinion about these fragrances, about your favorite rose scents. There's going to be another video dedicated to rose scents. So as I discovered, I quite like roses in perfumery. Do you like roses in perfumery? Do you agree that a rose by any other name would smell as sweet as the Shakespeare told us? I thank you for your attention. Share with me your opinion. I would be very thankful for your likes and subscription. Thank you very much, and we are going to see each other in comments and in the next video. Bye bye.